When your mind refuses to let go of a concept, do you ever feel like your ego, rather than your authentic self, is in control? It can be challenging to discover clarity in a world when there are so many distractions, societal expectations, and incessant demands for approval. In the absence of all this background noise, what if you could rediscover who you really are? Monk mode is introduced, a way of being that promotes deep self-discovery by concentrated effort and self-control, a transforming state of being. Subscribe now at my website, monkmode.com. To help you let go of your ego and find your authentic self, we're going to dive into 5 profound insights from Monk Mode in this video. Eckhart Tolle's teachings provide guidance on how to become fully present in the moment, and each lesson is based on her words. If you are prepared to begin this illuminating adventure, then let's do it. Learning to be alone is the first lesson you may take with you on this path. These days, it's easy to let the continual stream of news and social media notifications overpower our need to disconnect and listen to ourselves. But often the most profound clarity comes when we are alone. In The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle eloquently puts it like way. Realize deeply that the present moment is all you ever have. We can rejuvenate, contemplate, and re-establish a connection with our core when we make time for solitude. When you make time for yourself, you're allowing yourself to disconnect from the world and focus on how you're feeling. If you want to make this a regular part of your life, set out time each day to be alone. This may be first thing in the morning before you start your day, or before bed as a ritual to avoid using electronics. Embrace the present moment and let yourself be. Find a quiet place to sit, meditate, or write down your ideas. Perhaps you will get self-awareness that has been masked by the din of everyday life. When you're alone, you can also face the ego parts that have been controlling your behavior. When you're by yourself, do any anxieties or worries come to the surface? Recognize these emotions rather than run away from them. While you allow yourself to feel these things, consider whether they are authentic expressions of your identity or if they are just a reflection of cultural norms. Engaging in this exercise has dual benefits. It increases self-awareness and equips you to challenge the ego's false narratives. The art of living a simpler life is the topic of the second lesson. When we enter monk mode, we are encouraged to purge our minds as well as our physical surroundings. Distractions and external affirmation are the ego's food source, and they flourish in complex and chaotic environments. The principal cause of unhappiness is never the situation, but your thoughts about it. A New Earth career said, "You make space for your authentic self to shine through when you pare down your life and reduce your obligations." Think about stepping back and taking stock of your responsibilities and belongings. Is your vitality being drained without any sense of fulfillment from certain tasks or obligations? Release what is no longer beneficial to you as a first step. To achieve this goal, you may need to simplify your living space or decline invitations to social occasions that make you feel overwhelmed. When you pare down your life, you make more room for the things that matter most: your interests, your relationships, and your development as an individual. Furthermore, make an effort to streamline your thought processes. Make judgments based on your intuition and principles, rather than letting your ego cause needless drama or overthinking things. Make a list of values that represent who you really are. Always come back to these ideas when you're presented with a decision. Streamlining your life in this manner enables you to interact with the environment genuinely instead of reacting driven by ego. Mindfulness is important, according to the third lesson. To enter monastic mode, one must train one's mind to be hyper-aware of all stimuli, including internal and external experiences. By training ourselves to be fully present, we can learn to identify when our ego is trying to take over and then decide how to respond. In The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle says eloquently, "Awareness is the greatest agent for change." Mindfulness training allows us to non-judgmentally examine our thought patterns, which is a prerequisite for genuine personal growth. Practices as easy as mindful breathing or meditation can help you bring mindfulness into your everyday life. Make sure you give yourself little breaks throughout the day to reflect. Inquire about your current emotions and ideas by asking yourself questions like, "What am I feeling right now?" Imagine that you are watching clouds go by. Whenever you become aware of unpleasant thoughts or judgments, realize that you are more than the sum of your thoughts. They are just experiences. Everyday tasks can also benefit from practicing mindfulness. Pay close attention to the here and now while you dine, walk, or even do the dishes. Pay attention to what's going on around you by using your sense of smell, taste, and hearing. By bringing your attention back to the present moment, this technique helps you overcome the ego's propensity to worry about the future or lament the past. The more you practice mindfulness, the more calm and clear your mind will become, and the simpler it will be to connect with your own self. Consistency and discipline are the themes of the fourth lesson. Adopting a monastic mindset necessitates a dedication to routines that cultivate introspection and development. Discipline is a means to an end, not a means to stifle. In A New Earth, Tolle stresses this point by saying, "To be free of suffering, you have to be able to see the ego for what it is." Developing self-control allows you to keep an eye on your ideas and actions without letting them control you. Get in the habit of doing things every day that support your goals and values. Some examples of this would be making time for creative activities, exercising, or meditating. The most important thing is to stick to these routines no matter what, especially if your pride wants to pull you in a different direction. If you want to meditate first thing in the morning every day, for example, you should schedule that time into your calendar. You will grow closer to your authentic self as you cultivate self-discipline. Stay flexible. Discipline is not the same as inflexibility. Make room in your schedule to change your routines if necessary. On the other hand, sticking to a broad framework will help you stay dedicated to developing yourself. Recognize and appreciate small victories along the path and look at obstacles as opportunities to grow, strengthening your ability to resist the ego's temptations and instead move through life purposefully. In the sixth lesson, we learned that building a community of mutual support is important. Even though being a monk usually means being alone, it's important to remember that getting to know yourself doesn't have to be that lonely. If you want to break down your ego and find your authentic self, it can help to surround yourself with others who share your values. For example, Tolle says, "When you are present, you can create a new quality of life." This is from Stillness Speaks. Finding people who are going through the same things as you can be a great source of encouragement and wisdom. Find people whose beliefs and goals are similar to your own if you want to form a community that supports you. Participating in internet forums devoted to self-improvement, going to seminars, or joining meditation groups are all possibilities. Sharing your journey with others can keep you motivated and accountable. Talk about what you've learned, what you've struggled with, and what you've learned from other people. As you make an effort to interact with others, you'll discover that your community can reflect back to you qualities that you might miss when you're by yourself. Join the expertise and experiences of those around you on your journey of self-discovery and let their support enrich it. While you go through the challenges of ego dissolution, remember that you are not alone and that sharing your journey with others can help you feel more connected and motivated. Finally, if you want to learn how to dissolve your ego and find your true self, taking lessons from Monk Mode is a great place to start. A strong foundation for personal growth can be built by establishing regular periods of isolation, living a simple life, cultivating discipline, being observant, and surrounding oneself with supportive people. In order to rediscover your true self, these lessons will help you shed your ego. Remember Eckhart Tolle's wise words: the more you are in touch with who you are, the more you are free from the ego. They will guide you on this revolutionary journey. Accept and learn from whatever comes your way. The journey is an integral component of your development. We would be truly grateful if you could show your support by giving this video a like if it touched you and made you wonder about your own journey. Your interaction allows us to reach more individuals who are on a journey to discover who they truly are, so please, comment now. Subscribe to our channel to stay up to date on upcoming discoveries. We have more life-changing content that will help you discover and be more self-aware. Come with me as we delve into the mysteries of life and enjoy the splendor of living in the now.